It is 6:03 on Wednesday, October 30th. We're at 54 degrees, mostly sunny, warm today. Highs around 80. Definitely not a fall feeling. Good morning. I'm Michelle Basch.
I'm John Aaron. The top local story we're following. Prosecutors in Prince George's County are lashing out at a circuit court judge who is up for election this fall. They say the sentence he gave someone convicted of first-degree murder for a shooting in Beltsville 2 years ago falls well short of justice.
The judge in the case, Darren Johnson, sentenced 21-year-old Anderson Blanco Diaz to a life sentence of first-degree murder as he's required. But then he suspended all but 10 of those years. State's Attorney Aisha Braveboy is outraged.
My office worked hard to achieve justice, and we got it from the jury. And it feels like it was taken away.
I thought I misheard it, to be honest with you.
Assistant State's Attorney Stephen Williams prosecuted the case.
I was quite stunned.
The judge did suggest that he saw evidence the jury didn't, an assertion that prosecutors strongly deny. Blanco Diaz is also facing separate charges of attempted murder and rape after incidents in the county jail. John Doman, WTOP News.
Concern over the outcome of the presidential election may have you worried about your investments. WTOP's Mike Murillo got some advice on that.
When it comes to the outcome of the election, your candidate not making it into the Oval Office
doesn't mean that you should panic or make big moves.
According to Barry Glassman of Glassman Wealth Services and Tyson's, he says it's important to keep in mind that
even though a certain presidential candidate gets in and has a certain, bias or makes campaign promises, it doesn't mean that the investments will follow.
He also recommends not paying attention to the market in the immediate hours after an election is called, because it'll be a few days until
we'll have a better idea where the investing public believes anything from interest rates to certain sectors deserve to win or lose.
Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Candidates are not the only thing appearing on the ballot in D.C. There's also Initiative 83, which has strong supporters and opponents. WTOP's Nick Iannelli takes a look at both sides of the issue.
I'll be voting no on the initiative.
Mayor Muriel Bowser is one of the high-profile critics of Initiative 83, which would bring ranked choice voting to D.C. That's the system that allows people to rank up to 5 candidates in order of preference, requiring that the winner receive at least 50% of the vote. Bowser claims it's
a very complicated election system.
Lisa Rice, lead supporter of the initiative, says many times a race with a lot of candidates running is won with a small percentage of the vote.
What we want to do is get people into office with 50% or more of the vote.
Initiative 83 would also allow independents to vote in primary elections. Nick Iannelli, WTOP News.
The owner and manager of the container ship Dolly says Maryland should have done more to protect Baltimore's Key Bridge if it got hit by a ship. In a hearing before what will eventually be a federal liability case, a lawyer for the Dolly's owner says decades of records show Maryland failed to properly protect the bridge, which was built in the 70s with pier protection. The lawyer for the state of Maryland argued the focus should remain on whether the two shipping companies dropped the ball, and it's too early in the case for the judge to be considering whether blame should be shared. Other plaintiffs in the case are the families of 6 construction workers who were killed in the March collapse of the Key Bridge.
On your mark, get set, go!
The 37th annual 17th Street High Heel Race went off without a hitch yesterday evening as dozens of drag kings, queens, and others dashed a few blocks on 17th Street in D.C. wearing high heels, to the cheers of crowds lining the sidewalks and restaurants. Matthew John ran the race for the first time, decked out as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
I love just the community sense that we have every year, and it's almost like a big party on the streets. It's like a big fun block party with heels.
The race was hosted by Mayor Muriel Bowser and the Mayor's Office of LGBTQ Affairs.
I assume he wore ruby slippers.
I would hope so.
High heel ruby slippers.
Seems like it would be necessary.
Well, coming up on WTOP, why thousands of tickets to see a big band are being canceled. We'll